Hey, here we are. We're live at the 2023 National Sports Card Convention. I have my two favorites here from the shop, my employees, my helpers, my dudes, my favorite wrestling fans to talk about things. We're going to talk about wrestling, by the way. I got Nate here. What's up, Nate?
What's up?
We got Tommy.
How's it going?
Shop manager, chief logistics officer, and AEW Mark. So,
Yeah.
this is the impromptu podcast, and what that means is I say, hey guys, you want to turn on these microphones and start chatting and see what happens?
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we're doing. I said it will be wrestling based.
Yeah, for sure.
So we have a general idea of what we're going to talk about. So things we talk about in the shop, a lot of times, me and Tommy, every single day, we're going back and forth because I'm an old school WWE guy. I grew up in the
WWF. Yes, WWF.
back to the WWF.
Before the Pandas took it over.
Joe.
Yes. So Tommy, you know, he's a newer age kid. He gets mad when I call him a millennial because he's not.
Technically not.
Technically not. So we go back and forth between WWE, WWF, and the way that they do things and the way that they run their promotions.
Yeah.
And I always say that I think the reason AEW and these other places do it is because they're watching what WWE did. And you disagree with me on that one. You don't think that WWE laid the groundwork of how everything runs today?
They did, but that's completely different to how, like, AEW, New Japan, Stardom, like, all these places do it now. Like, they kind of gave them a path,
Yeah.
which is undeniable, but AEW, for the most part, and that's all, like, you know, detail stuff that I can yell about later, but has, like, swerved off that path and done something slightly different. Or
Who AEW did?
Or at least that's what it was.
I would like to know what it is that they're doing different. I'll wait.
At least that was what it was built on.
I'll wait what they're doing different than the process of professional wrestling. Like
When they-
music, theme songs, bad guys, good guys.
When they did All In, they brought companies together. When was the last time WWE worked with any other company?
I will give you...
They just bought them all.
Vince killed the territories, did he not?
He brought them all together. Just
Yeah,
with money.
Killed them.
With money.
Yeah, he brought them all together under his umbrella.
Yeah.
Okay.
And fired 95% of the employees from all of those companies.
Let's just be honest, Tommy. You have and we're not going to go down the road that you always go down, but you don't really, really love Vince McMahon.
I respect the hell out of him for what he's done wrestling-wise. I hate him as a person, yeah.
Right, his personal life.
Yes.
Nate, you've been watching wrestling since, when were you born? 1968?
83.
Yeah, he's born in 83. Okay. Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I was Elliot in E.T. in 1983. So
It came out when I was born.
that if you do the math, you can figure out how old I am.
Yeah.
So what's your first memories of wrestling?
The oldest ones that I can remember is on Saturday night. It was WCW Saturday night. And we would get pizza every single Saturday night.
Okay.
I would sit up at home and I would eat pizza and watch WCW and wonder why they did not have any good wrestlers.
Okay.
And I would just sit there and watch
Upside
that.
down.
And so then once I saw WWF at the time, I was like, dude, their characters are better. Their everything was so much better. Their music, the entrance,
Yeah.
the larger-than-life characters. I was like, dude, I got to switch over. And so WCW Saturday night died off.
Yeah.
And converted to the WWF.
They lost.
Right.
Violently.
And so it was all WWF until the mid-90s, and then they were bad. WCW was bad. And so I stopped watching for a while until the Monday Night Wars, and then it was must-see TV where every Monday at, like, the lunch table, everyone was talking about what the matches were going to be at night. Tuesday, everyone was recapping. All the girls hated all the boys because they only talked about
Wrestling.
everybody. And I'm talking, like, this wasn't like the wrestling nerds in the corner. This was like the popular jocks everywhere. We're just talking wrestling constantly.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Tommy still does that to this day. Every day.
Absolutely. That's all I do.
So let's talk about some of Tommy's favorites, and we'll get to your favorites, and then we'll talk about theme music. This is going to be 4 hours, by the way.
Perfect.
I might need a chair in that case.
Okay. We're going.
You're the youngest one. Your back can hold up.
No.
Tommy, who are some of your all-time favorites? Because I'm going to go down the GOAT road.
Okay.
Let's hear about some of your all-time favorites.
So that list for me starts with Shawn Michaels.
Okay?
Are we talking simply wrestling, or are we talking entrance, or the whole package?
Everything.
Okay. Everything, yeah.
Meaning this. Oh, look who just came around the corner and walked in front of us. I want it to be those 3 to 5 people.
Okay. I
You
got
know what I
you.
mean?
Yeah.
That you respect.
Yeah.
It could be way old school. It could be brand new dudes.
Yeah.
So that in that fashion. We're not breaking it down into categories yet.
Okay.
Yet. It's
Yeah.
coming.
That's
Yeah,
an hour 4.
That's an hour 4 for sure. That's what I was gonna say.
So yeah, starts with Sean. Growing up in Chicago, I got to throw Punk in there.
Okay, fair enough.
I
There's no wrong answer about
yeah,
that.
right. My mom was a huge rock fan growing up, so I've always been a huge rock guy.
Your mom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. She
I
had
don't
a
think my
picture.
mom ever watched WCW Saturday Night. But
Neither. My mom did not watch wrestling. She just had a picture of The Rock in her locker at work.
Wow. Now that's cool.
okay.
Geez, third one. All time.
Yes.
Omega.
Yeah, I was waiting for him to
All right.
get in there.
I remember we played his music in the office.
Yes,
I had no
you had
idea.
no
I could
idea.
never identify that.
But that was the other day.
Yeah.
So Kenny, Sean, and who was the other one?
Phil. Punk.
Oh, yeah. Good old Phil.
CM.
Okay. All right, not bad. Not a bad 3 list. Nathan?
All right, so I have to go by era, right?
Okay.
So if we're going like the 80s and the golden age, like in the 80s, my favorite dude was Macho Man Randy Savage. By far. Greatest entrance, Miss Elizabeth Valet. I just loved his character all around. He was awesome.
Who that? The Macho Man?
Macho Man Randy Savage, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
In the 90s, I was a Bret Hart guy. In the early 90s, I was always a Bret Hitman.
Boring.
Oh.
If my heel love though in the 90s was Mr. Perfect for sure.
Really?
Yeah, always loved Mr. Hennig.
Was that Mr. Ass, too?
No, that's Billy Gunn.
No. Different
Really?
Mister.
Mr. Perfect?
Mr.
Oh, he
Perfect,
came out-
Kurt Hennig.
He came out with the bubble gum. And
Yeah, towel, flipping stuff up and hitting stuff was awesome.
what about Val Venus? How come they didn't mention him?
That's a different era.
Yeah.
I saw him. He was like telemarketing after his wrestling career.
Oh,
no
like
way.
pictures, and he was like Val Venus was in like a button-down shirt and tie, cold calling people inside of an office.
Oh, my God. Like, for real?
Like for real, like so to tell your family what you used to do and then what you're doing now.
That's amazing.
You got
How that
good food on
happens.
the table though. It's crazy.
yeah.
All right,
Did
so
he-
you got-
wait a minute. What did he say when he came out? Oh, hello, ladies. Okay, good. Got it. What else? That's 2?
all right, yeah,
2.5.
2.5 for sure. So we got Savage, we got Heart Perfect comboing to 1, and then just from on the mic, the best to ever do it, I have to go Rock. Just I could watch his YouTube videos of his promos and just his ridiculousness is amazing.
He is. You're right. Tommy mentions him a lot of times too. Let's do it.
He is the most electrifying man in sports.
We're gonna put Tommy on the spot.
Okay.
Okay. We're each gonna do our best impression of The Rock when he's when he says. So I'll start. If you smell what The Rock is cooking. I mean, that's a pretty.
That's pretty good.
Get ready. Do your thing, Nate.
That's good.
Here comes Nate's.
Can I quit?
No,
Man,
you're-
do it. If you smell what The Rock is cooking. I don't know about the little inflection on The Rock.
I felt it. I felt it.
Right there. That was good, though. Okay, here's what I've been waiting for. I got Tommy on the spot. He can't say no because I'll mess up the podcast.
Oh, you're
so
worse.
now you have to do it.
Okay.
Good one. And put a good effort in.
Now hold on. Can I change the catch for his?
He does have other ones.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
It's your choice. It's The Rock. Yeah, of course. Go ahead.
Finally, The Rock has come back to the National.
Okay, good.
I don't know, Chicago, Rosemont. Where are we? Rosemont.
We're in Rosemont. We're home, Tommy. We're 30 minutes away from the
That's
show.
good.
We're
Oh,
here.
we're all hitting 101. So
We're going to open up some of these while we're on there. These are.
Yeah.
I forgot that we got video now too. So
Oh, yeah.
we'll just start ripping.
Win,
just a little
win,
bit. That is a good one. I was going to choose the other one too.
I was going Rudy Poo, but there was children.
Here's one of my favorites.
I was concerned.
Rudy Poo Candy. Yeah. Here's one of my favorites from The Rock.
Yeah.
He was gone for a while, and a while back then was like maybe 6 to 8 months or so. That was considered going away for a while. And I'm watching. I was in LA at the time, and he comes out, does his thing, and he says, "Finally, The Rock has come back." Oh,
It hit pretty good.
when that hit really big, 'cause
Yeah.
it was LA.
Big old pop.
Yeah, that was big. But then again, I mean, he's actually from Miami, I think.
Really? He went to college there.
Yeah, he went to college there.
Yeah, that counts for me from Miami.
I'm opening up NXT.
All right.
Oh, I got a hit. Oh, Shayna Baszler.
Hey.
Aces, the spades. What's she? Queen of Spades.
So my top three. Oh, see, now I see that he could be in my top three.
Yeah. Oh.
Top three. I think
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to watch him as a kid.
Undertaker because
Yeah.
he's too evil.
Yeah. So whenever he came on the pay-per-view, I ducked behind my buddy's couch.
Yeah, and death and stuff.
Yeah. And so I was hiding, and so my mom would be like, "You can go, but you're not allowed to watch the Undertaker." So you'd hear the gong hit, and I'd go behind the couch, and I'd wait and be like, "Tell me when it's over," and then I'd come back out and watch the rest of the pay-per-view.
I got a similar story, and you won't believe this when I tell you, but when I was growing up, I wasn't allowed to watch MTV or listen to the radio.
Oh, wow.
We weren't allowed to go to the movie theaters.
Well, dude, I ended up spending 20 years in music business. That kind of tells you what you tell your kids not to do.
Right.
They may do.
That's gravitated to it. Yep.
They may do.
Yep.
All right, so let's parlay over. How are we doing this? About 10, 15 minutes? Another thing we like to talk about is most favorite entrance themes. And when I say favorite, there's two things that I love about an entrance theme. One is I like the build-up.
Yeah.
I like the ones that are slow build, and then boom, they kick in, and the lights and the wrestler knows to hit the marks. And I also like a good song that's catchy and sticks in your head. So, Tommy, what's one of your top few?
Okay. Just one, or do I get more?
A few. I know rules.
However you think. So, the big one that I always go back to when it comes to theme music is the Rock's theme, but specifically the Hollywood Rock, where, like you said, the build-up, I remember the Titantron had, the scrolling video of Hollywood, and it's all, like, dramatic, and then a slow version of his
Oh, yeah.
super anthemic. That is one of my favorites.
Was that $500 shirt round? Was that Hollywood Rock? He had $500 shirt.
Yeah,
That was his thing.
Yeah, Hollywood Rock's theme, and then bringing the new school into it. I think, like, personally, this era's version of Stone Cold's theme with the glass shattering would be Okada's coin dropping.
Oh, okay.
So I would go Hollywood Rock and then Okada.
Hollywood Rock and Okada. Okay. What about Kenny Omega, that dope song? Is that like...
So I love
Never heard of it.
I love his New Japan theme. I love his AEW theme as well, but I don't think either of them stack up to like.
Man, that has a good build. Okay, Nate, how about you?
All right. So, the first one that's just iconic, it wasn't my favorite, but when the glass shattered, like you mentioned, Stone Cold, like, the place erupted every single time.
That would get you going. That when you hear that, you know something's about to go down.
So, like, my favorites, though, when they would hit, especially, I just think Attitude Era, because I feel like they just had the biggest pops whenever someone came out. So I think, for sure, DX. I was a big DX guy.
Uh-huh.
And so when those would hit, also like Jericho.
Which one?
What?
Break the Walls down.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Because that had a nice little slow. Do you know that he flashes up 222 in there?
No.
Save us. 222. Yeah.
Yeah, save us or save me. What? It's save me. Is it save us? So I'm watching it one night and I'm hearing the build up. And go. And all it stops flashing and it says, save us 222. And I hit pause. I just saw 222. And then it hits.
Did my eyes deceive me?
And then it hits, break the walls down. That is a good one.
That one's a really
And he stands there, he would just stand there with his arms out.
Yep.
And then he would turn around.
And it was good.
And then he had the light up jacket, which just took it way over.
Y2J, baby.
He's a showman.
Yeah, as a show.
Tommy's a hater of Jericho for some reason. Why you hate on Jericho so much? Because he's getting older.
No, it's just. I feel like when it comes to Dynamite, he's in like 7 segments every show.
Right.
It's like oversaturated with Jericho to me. I feel like he's in every other segment on every Dynamite show.
Well, I mean, he kind
Their
of,
biggest draw.
yeah, he kind of put them on the map. He put them on the map.
He did,
Me and
absolutely.
Nate were there.
Yes.
Yep.
So was I.
Well, that's true.
Yes.
Did we know each other then or no?
No, we didn't.
We didn't know.
At All In.
Yeah, at All In. I was
yeah.
6 rows back on the ramp.
That must be nice.
Yeah. You got to sit with Dave Meltzer, though, in the...
We were in a box. We had a good time, though. We saw Macaulay Culkin drunk stumbled into our booth.
He did. John Mayer was there.
John Mayer was there. I peed next to Scott Hall. That was
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
a great memory.
why don't you go ahead and tell us that quick story?
Yeah, so I was just sitting over at a urinal, doing my thing.
Sitting at a urinal. That's
Yeah.
a new one.
Well, if you haven't tried it, you guys are in for something special.
I mean,
So
I thought about it just out of curiosity, but
now it's peaked. So I'm sitting at a urinal, and I feel this shadow stand next to me and look over, and it's this massive man of Razor Ramon. And so I took my phone out and texted my buddy because his favorite wrestler of all time is Scott Hall. And so I was like, dude, you'll never guess who I'm peeing next to at this moment. And I was like, I'm peeing right next to Scott Hall.
that is cool. Did he have the long hair, curly?
Yep.
Did he? Yeah.
And he was all good. In the hallway, gave fist bump. I saw X-Pac from a distance, walking away. So it was a cool show. There were so many people there checking it out to see what it was all about.
I'm just more concerned that if I ever see him pull out his phone as he's standing next to me in the urinal, and I'm going to be a little suspect. That
Well, I was very worried about getting razors edged into the urinal.
Yeah.
I directed the phone in the right spot.
At least you didn't try to take a picture of him.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
no.
saying? Because then you would have got beat up or something. Yeah. Give me that phone.
Right.
Oh, speaking of
That
that,
would be a cool story, too, if you can tell
yes.
Razor Ramon broke my phone on a urinal.
If you were
That's a
alive
pretty
to tell
cool story.
the tale. Yeah.
If I was still here to tell it.
We had fun that night. That was the very first one. I get it mixed up, all ins, all outs.
Yeah.
I asked Nate to go because I know he's a big wrestling fan. And do you remember our amazement? Because we've never really seen it. I didn't watch all these other
Yeah, promotions.
promotions as much. I knew what they were, but I didn't really intently watch them. And I'm watching this with Nate, and we're going, what are they doing? This is incredible. These guys are putting it all out there. They're doing flips. They do everything that they do. To see, Tommy had already been way privy to all of that stuff.
He was ahead of the time.
Yeah, ahead of time, he just knew it all.
Let's be honest. There was some odd stuff.
Yes, there
was I don't know what is it. Is it Joey Ryan? What?
Joey. Well, yeah, he's a whole other.
The jump sucker. That's all I remember.
This junk sucker, I missed that one.
Yeah, I missed that one.
Open your packs.
I will. He sucks out a lollipop.
another one.
He puts it in front of his trunks, and then he stuffs it into another dude's face.
Yeah, that was one thing that was like,
That's oddball.
So this is not WWE. This is
No, well, it might have been WWE back in the trash era.
This
But
is-
it's just doing crazy stuff like this.
this is the Indies.
Man.
wasn't ever.
But no, that was such a good show. And the crowd, I feel like the crowd helps it too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like when the crowd is into it, and they were for sure into it, and that it makes it pop even that much more.
What are your thoughts on the greatest of all time wrestler?
First of all, give Chris this.
Look at that. Show it to the camera.
Goldberg. Goldberg.
I don't want that pack.
Why?
No reason.
Alundra's there. Is this something good?
No, it's not.
Something good.
Yes. Oh, I came to play. The Miz. Tommy's favorite. You know, Tommy cannot stand The Miz. I mean, at the mention of the name of The Miz in the shop, it's a trigger.
I will scream.
He's completely triggered. So sometimes out of the blue, which is even better, I can control the music up front. So he'll be stressed out because 14 packages just came in and it's 3:47. And, you know, he's doing everything to get it out, and I'll just hit the theme music.
Makes everything worth it.
No, it doesn't.
He doesn't think he's like I have mini goats. You may hear me talk about mini goats sometime, like, you know, Steve Young, etc. I think he would be in the mini goat category.
Can you not appreciate his story?
That's what I'm saying.
His real life journey.
Number
Yes.
249.
MTV.
249.
I can appreciate
Real world
the story
hopeful.
of Mike Mizanin,
Okay.
not
The Miz.
No.
Is it the character or?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
It's just the Miz.
Just everything about him.
And to be fair to him, he's supposed to be like a bad guy. He's not supposed to be the baby face. So like, clearly he's doing his job well, but I can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
He's done both of those flip-flop for 15 years, however long it's been. That's what he does.
I hate him.
Do you not like when Maurice comes out to the ring with him?
No.
I don't mind it.
Why do you hate Canada?
Yeah, see? Tommy
Kenny-
hates everything.
No.
And the French.
Kenny Omega's Canadian. Don't say I hate Canada. Okay.
They've never done anything to you, Tommy.
No. All they've done is put on 7-star matches at the Tokyo Dome.
Out of a how many star rating?
5.
Yeah, where did the 7 come around?
It's that good. They're just adding 2
Yeah.
stars.
Dave got trigger happy and he gave too many matches 5 stars. So then
Okay.
he was like, "Oh, this match is
Yeah.
even better. Now I have to give it 6.5." So yeah, it's too much.
So it's creeping up.
One final thing I'm going to talk about, and I'm out of this one because I just can't remember stuff like that. It's weird. I can't remember things. But what are some of your greatest matches y'all have seen? Oh, I can. I do remember vividly and have watched it numerous times. Mick Foley and Undertaker at Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
Because they put out a show recently that went over all that. So that's easy in my memory. That was something to behold. This. Holy crap, what Mick did for that. So what are some of the...
killed him.
The unforgiving steel. No, I think he said he's dead, maybe, or something. Is he still? Someone check him. Is he still
Like
alive?
that means he almost gonna. Yeah.
All right, so Nate, what are some of your most memorable, favorite matches or things that have come up?
So what? Like the first one that pops in my head is one that I've seen so many times because I watched on VHS. Do you know what that is, Tommy?
No.
Okay. So these were these videotapes from back in the day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, actual physical
And
tape.
the wrestling ones had an orange strip on the end where all the film was actually held into. And it was like WWF's hottest matches. And it was a retirement match between Ultimate Warrior and Macho King.
That sounds Randy Savage,
Because you can retire the Macho King,
but not the Macho.
but the Macho Man can come back.
Yes, of course.
And so that one for sure sticks into my head as one of the classics that was just back and forth. I think it was WrestleMania 6 or 7. I don't know. It was the one with all the American flags. That was like their whole design. That one pops in my head for sure. That was like a really big one.
Tommy's trying to think of his. I can see his wheels turning. Okay.
You got him locked out. Go ahead. You can go. I'll keep thinking.
So the big one that introduced me to this whole world that I now live in of the wrestling being the most important was John Cena versus CM Punk Money in the Bank 2011 in Chicago. That was the first time where I saw a match as like people wrestling, and I just thought it was the craziest thing. I think it's like
Who was it?
it was John Cena and CM
Oh,
Punk.
Cena and Punk.
Yeah,
Okay.
Cena
I
and
don't know if I've
Punk.
ever seen that match.
It's unbelievable.
Cena and Punk.
Okay.
Huh? Two good ones.
There's that one. There's any of the 4 Okada Omega matches. My personal, like, completely biased answer for my favorite match of all time would be Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega at the Tokyo Dome this past year because I was there. As a match itself, it's incredible, but just like being there in the crowd for my first time in Japan at the Tokyo Dome, nothing's ever going to beat that for me.
I'm so glad you got to go to Japan, Tommy. We all want you to reconsider going because you know how much you love it there. But trust me, the things have changed.
Yeah.
There's no more pandemic pricing and pandemic deals. It's like ridiculous. So, like I said, we could talk 14 hours about this stuff. I did have one other subject matter that I want to talk about. Do you guys have any cool, fun?
I was going to say, what's your top manager? If there's one manager that is your favorite of all time, who is your favorite wrestling manager?
Give me some time. Let me think about this here. Someone else can go. I'm gonna open more.
You asked the question.
Well,
How much are these? $18. I'm not paying.
Don't look at the price. Don't look at the price.
Just kidding.
well, I mean, you have to go Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Yeah.
One of the best people. Him and Gorilla Monsoon talking commentary.
Oh, that brings back so many memories. I can't even
my
tell you.
favorite time.
Yeah.
Like, it just instant nostalgia.
It
to hear
is.
those
It
two.
takes you right there. Nate likes to put this on in the shop, those old...
I do. We started at Royal Rumble 1, whatever the first one was, in 88 or whatever. And we've just made it into the Attitude Era now. So whenever I work at the shop... I did put on American Gladiators last time, actually.
The show or the documentary?
No, I already watched documentaries. All the shows.
I would think... I mean, for me, I come from earlier days than y'all, but Captain Lou Albano was one of the greats in my eyes because just of his personality and his raucous edge, and then he was part of the big rock and roll connection that helped facilitate all that with all the, rock and rollers and celebrities for the first WrestleManias and the Cyndi Lauper and stuff. So he's up there in probably same era, kind of Jimmy Hart, Mouth of the South.
He was very iconic.
I'm just thinking now, managers and valets might not be as much of a thing anymore, are they? Every once in a while.
I had Scarlett doing with Karrion Kross for a while. She was like a valet. But it's Sensational Sherry.
Yeah.
She's an all-time great.
Wow. What about, it just went out of my brain. Forget it. Never mind. I just took these darn gummy things. You're supposed to help me with this kind of stuff.
Well, you got to let him say.
I should have taken 3.
It took more.
Yeah.
Do you guys?
So you asked memorabilia, sorry.
Yeah. What kind of memorabilia do you have, or would you want? Would it be, let's do this. You could talk about both. You could talk about
what I have and what I want.
What do you have, and what do you think would be the coolest, most awesomest piece of memorabilia to have, signed by said wrestler or wrestlers that you would love to own, like a dream fantasy piece?
So, all my childhood hero nostalgias, I have their autograph, which I think is something I never thought would be possible.
Who is it?
everybody from my childhood. So I have Ultimate Warrior and Hogan and Sting and
You have-
Flair. Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
nice. I didn't know that.
Razor Ramon,
Bring that in
Kevin
someday.
Nash. It's not
Okay.
to a wall, but for sure I can. I'm a huge Rock. I have everybody
Okay.
that you could think of, and still one of my favorite like pieces of memorabilia is just a Winged Eagle belt. That's like an Ultimate Warrior blue Winged Eagle belt. That's as authentic as Pakistan.
I got news for you. So, Fanatics, Nate, Tommy,
Yeah.
they now sell like official replica belts.
I heard
like
that.
the belts that we have are those kind of dumpy. They're almost like a toy.
Yeah.
They're silly, but you go on the website and you'll see all these belts, and maybe you look on there. We can get you one.
All right.
And I'm pretty sure they have it.
Can I take us on a tangent here? I'm sorry.
Of course.
There's
This is the impromptu podcast.
True.
This is what happens.
this is what it's all about. So Nate, thank you
sir.
for bringing this up.
Okay.
Sir, right away. Oh, okay. You turned me down. That scared me.
Go ahead.
I know my answer right away. I'm wondering if either of you agree with me.
Go. What happened? There you go, Tommy.
There you go. What is the single best title belt in history? For me, it's an easy answer.
Of all time, what?
What is the best title belt of all time? Any company, any...
I already say something silly like I'm muted now.
I think the greatest.
Like the NWA belt.
No.
All right.
The greatest title belt of all time.
Correct. Yes.
I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
What's the belt where someone owns it, but they can tackle you right in the back?
24/7.
Yeah, I think that's the greatest one of all time.
the belt itself is not good.
The Miz
The
fan.
premise is interesting.
The Miz fan is a fan of the 24/7.
I'm going with the 24/7 belt. That thing is dope.
Sure.
What about the Hardcore Championship belt from that?
Yeah, it's fully
fully
the same
exclusive?
idea.
Yeah.
What about the?
That was the Winged Eagle, but it was all cracked and
Yes.
jacked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was beat up. Which one do you like, Tom?
Well, the greatest title of all time, and there's no opinion, this is a fact.
Intercontinental Championship
No.
from back in the day.
That's a good one, though.
You Todd Man.
No, the greatest one is the Winged Eagle.
Yeah.
It's the greatest belt of all time.
It is. It's so good. It's icon. Like when you think wrestling, that's
Yes.
what I think of.
That's what I think.
Whoever held that belt is
Yeah.
the champion,
Mhm.
right? Not with the spinning one that Miz used to flip upside down, so it had an
that-
M instead of a W.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the Cena belt for me.
But that's why Miz is so dope, by the way, because when he was out there cutting his promos, he turned the WWE thing upside down
Up
for
the
a
mic holder. Yep.
for Miz.
He's still done that.
TV.
So smart.
I'm gonna go vomit.
The most electrifying
Yeah.
show, or whatever you would say.
It's better than Piper's Pit. It's better than
Yeah,
the
I know.
Barbershop
It's
for
good
Brutus.
What?
Miz TV.
Oh, now we can talk about those kind of things.
Miz TV.
What are some of the best little skits that they used to come up with back in the day?
So two iconic ones for sure. Piper's Pit.
Yep.
I just remember he was in the ring with Morton Downey,
Uh-huh.
and he hosed him off with a fire extinguisher because he wouldn't put out a cigarette. He was smoking on live TV at an event and blowing it right in Piper's face, and so he hosed him with a fire extinguisher. I remember that clear as day. And then obviously the other one from the barbershop.
Yeah, the barbershop.
Shawn Michaels kicking Marty Jannetty right through the glass. Like, you cannot think of the barbershop.
That was amazing. Roddy hitting Superfly to head with a real coconut.
I do
That's one of
remember
the most iconic,
Like
amazing.
shoot
That was a,
coconuts.
no, that was a real coconut.
I saw the
Shoot,
milk.
yeah.
See, I get the terms mixed up.
Work,
saw them.
work is fake, shoot is real.
I think Tommy taught me how to remember the difference between a work and a shoot. In a work, you got to work at it. You're trying to make up stuff.
Yes.
All right, well, we got to head up on out of here and finish up this impromptu podcast, or else we would do it for the next 10 minutes. 10 hours. Anything else to add, dudes?
It's a good
But
conversation.
let's do it again sometime.
Oh, we're going to. As soon as we hit stop, we're just going to hit record and do it again.
All right.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.